Thank you, Nathan. Thanks everyone for organizing this. And I just want to start by saying that how I have really been impressed really by the reactions of the education community. And over the last several weeks, I've had conversations with many, many different people in different capacities in different countries. And you know, there are several things I just want to use this 5 minutes to touch upon. I think that has to do with Nathan. Do I control the slides or do you control the slide? It says go ahead. You can just move to the next slide. You know, yeah. The reason I put this 3 book covers on is because these are the 3 things I ran. The 3 points I want to make is that I think first of all, everybody recognized this. I don't need to repeat. But when Grant said, I had a perfect title, I was not really referencing this one, so it had nothing to do with this this crisis. Okay, I was more talking about an education crisis that has already been in existence for a long time. I think many of us have been struggling to deal with that education crisis, that the lack of progress, that they're filled with inequity and unjust. We've been dealing with that for a long time. But at the same time, I think there are many people, despite the many people's great work, as many of you probably have done this already, the system has not moved much. So that book, I was very interested in cataloging and writing stories of individual students, individual teachers, individual principals, and that actually make changes. I was titling the book, actually the original title was from Yes, But to Yes, And. Many of us have run into the situation, everybody agrees with you, education needs to change, and then all the buts come along. But we have the curriculum, but we have the testing, but we have universities, but we have this, but. I say, well, but there are so many people who have done this without naming a but. So the idea is this, and this actually I would encourage everyone to think the same way right now, is that we are the agents, we are the actors. Do not expect an education system to change. Do not expect societies to change without ourselves. Like we're in a traffic jam, we can curse the traffic jam, but we are the part of the traffic jam. So we got to, get out ourselves. So I think every one of us, as a student, as a city, I think others, we really can take action on our own. So that's the first point, is that I think everyone has room to do something. Feel free to complain. I'm really happy to complain about other people, bad politicians, horrible business people, great, all this, others. But I would like to say we all can take action. There is space in that. So that's my first point. I think we're doing that, and everyone is taking action in that regard. Do not expect to change others. I would like to say change ourselves, be the option, be the model, be the alternative, and others can follow. Second point, I put the book on the next book actually is not published yet. It's soon to be released by ASCD, is what the change can be. I'm so happy that CD was making the introduction. I've been advocating for students should have the rights to self-determination. I think our traditional schools have really sidelined our students, not only voice, agency. Learning belongs to the learner. We are just there to support them. I hate the idea about getting kids ready for the future. We forget they are the creators of the future. Our retirement rests on how well they are going to create the future. So that's why I'm very concerned about how well do we prepare our students to create a better future for all of us. They are the creators, they are the owners, they are the managers. Students have the rights to self-determination. They have the rights to autonomy, and they have the rights to be a partner in the changing system. I think part of the reasons that education reforms have so many waves, so many daily changes imposed upon schools, a big problem is we are missing students as the change partner. Students have to be part of education change, the system. And students are, as human beings, are born with the capacity and desire for self-determination, but over-parenting, over-instruction, over-managing has taken away that capacity from them. We need to reinstate that. We need to recreate education so our students can become self-determined learners, self-determined citizens. They will act. And right, again, this goes to the same message. We cannot complain about others. We have to take action, and our students should be part of that. And the last one, many of you are trying to guess and different things. What works may hurt. This is precisely a critique of empiricism. You know, that's what we've been trying to do. You know, education has trying to be science envy, medicine envy. We're trying to be a science. You know, since No Child Left Behind, many of you may remember George Bush. Actually, now he looks better than, you know, whatever we have now, you know, just think about that. But that's many years ago. No Child Left Behind made what works the big thing we call scientifically based evidence. In this book, I've been arguing that a lot of the so-called evidence-based practices, policies, actually may prove it might work, but also hurts. It hurts in different ways. And you go through the books, it's a lot of evidence I talk about. For example, pursuing academic outcomes can hurt students' curiosity, students' interest, students' creativity. For example, you know, some programs may help some children, but hurt others. In education, we cannot just keep looking for what works. We have to look at, okay, who get hurt, what get hurt. The short-term instruction outcomes may come with a huge cost of long-term educational outcomes. The short-term cognitive outcome may come at a cost of long-term non-cognitive outcomes. So I think we need to be very careful when we're inventing during this crisis right now. Whatever we try to do, let's not try to prove it works only. We need to think about who and what it might hurt. Thank you.